Well, welcome everyone. It's round 3 of the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League, and we're once again back here at the North Harbour Badminton Centre as we bring you a match between two teams that have contrasting fortunes so far. The Whales are second on the table and the Rockets are last. They haven't had a win yet, but they have lost both of their games in golden games, so they are at least on the points table. Raina Phillips joins me again. A lot of fun in prospect again tonight. We're starting to see that teams are getting settled with their lineups, aren't we? And we'll see that a little bit tonight. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm actually super excited for the men's singles with Ricky, who's actually just come off a huge win at the North Island Championships. But then again, he's going up against Andy, who had a huge win against Oscar last round of the NZBL. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup, and there are so many matchups, and these players are becoming more and more familiar to you, our viewers, and also to each other, of course. They know each other through their national program commitments and also their representative badminton, so it's interesting to see what tactics they apply. Let's have a look at the way things stand going into tonight's match as we look at the points table, and the Tigers on top. They've won both. One was in golden game though. The Plenty Bay Whales, as mentioned, in second place. They've had a win and a loss. The Jazz Apples in third and the Rockets. And whilst they may be fourth on the table, they do at least have the 2 points and they're in touch with those two golden game defeats. So crucial that they pick something up here tonight. Remembering no semi-finals, we go straight to a grand final after all of the round robin has been played. Let's have a look at the Wales. Of course, Oliver Layden-Davis missing, but so too Mani Minota. We'll see that for the Rockets. Expectations around this team, where are their strengths and where can they win their points tonight?
Yeah, obviously they've got Shauna Lee there, who is just strong on all disciplines. They've got a really strong pack of boys coming in, and just the combinations I think they actually pull from their players into their doubles and their mix are also just as strong.
And Andy Rouse, we've mentioned already, with a wonderful win already in this league. So a real challenge for him tonight to back that up. As we've mentioned, Minota's not there tonight for the Rockets. He's away chasing those Olympic ranking points. Again, thoughts on Fanny Megawati's team?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, not just Ricky, but Jonathan Curtin's also coming off a win from North Island, which is really great. And they are probably a more senior team, especially with Ollie not being present. And so, yeah, I just mean they've just got strong players all round.
So it's going to be fascinating between these two teams. We've seen largely very close matchups. Here's the order of play. Confirmation of the players that will play in a moment in the 3v3. We'll introduce them to you shortly. And we play out in the regular order. Men's singles, women's singles. Then we get into the doubles. And the mixed, of course, can be crucial. If we go to 3-3, we go to a golden game. How's it going to play out? Well, let's welcome our first players on court for the 3v3. And on cue, here they come. The players in our 3v3, of course, the now familiar first match on our show court in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League. And given how close these ties have been so far this season, these 3v3 matchups really are vital. You really do need to try and get yourself away to the best possible start. Can be a little bit random, but certainly now that we're getting deeper into this competition, teams will have worked a little on tactics and their approach.
White, sure. Red. Who's server? Or receiver? Serve. Okay, so receiver will be Adam. Okay.
Justin Zhou has the responsibility of umpiring this one, and service judge will be Holly Cho. Well, Raina Phillips is alongside ahead of this one tonight, and these combinations now, look at the Starship Rockets, their third different combination in 3 games. For the Wales, it's their second combination, but really only because Oliver Layden-Davis is not here. So they perhaps are looking for a little more consistency, albeit this same triple of Tong, Jeffrey and Ing lost against the Tigers last time out. But do you expect to see the 3v3 standard go up a little the longer we go in the league?
Yeah, I think the way that players will actually approach it will start being a bit more strategic. They'll actually start to get more of a game plan on how to actually, I guess, make the most of this game and how to actually turn the tables in their favour.
It's given, especially when you think of the Rockets, they've lost both of their ties in Golden Game. It's critical to get off to the best possible start. And this 3v3, so hard. We've spoken about seedings. We've spoken about who are the form players. But really, you just throw that all out the door, don't you? I mean, this really just comes down to whichever combination can click and communicate more effectively on the night.
Yeah, seedings effectively get yeeted. And it just, as you said, it just comes down to how players gel together and just move around as a three.
So we'll have a look and see if there is any obvious tactical approach. We have seen teams defend with 2 players in the backcourt and leaving 1 in the front court. That typically tends to be the female player in the combination, in the triple. But we have also seen teams almost drop all 3 back in a real defensive pose. So all of the introductions there, the info on the players. We'll see more and talk more about them as we go through the evening. But it is for the Plenty Bay Whales, Ryan Tong, Adam Jeffrey and Jasmine Ng. And for the Starship Rockets, Dylan Sajasa, Jonathan Curtin and Alyssa Dagley. Final opportunity to rehearse the serve, and this is always fascinating. And if you've never seen this form of the game before, folks, the server essentially is serving to 2 players.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Wales represented by Ryan Tong, Adam Jeffrey, Jasmine Ng. And on my left, Rocket represented by Dylan Sojasa, Jonathan Curtin, Alyssa Tackle. Rocket to serve, Alyssa Tackle to Adam Jeffrey. Level, play.
Good example there of how tough it can be serving. The Wales were on top in that rally right from the receive.
Love.
Oh, well played there from Jasmine, just looking for the spots and really just using them.
Love.
Yeah, Alyssa might feel she could have had a play at that.
Well,
we might have to change that shuttle.
It's over.
Racket.
If not the racket, I was going to say, has it destroyed the racket on the way through? And the answer is yes, it has. So
1, 2.
Ryan Tong has to reach for the second racket very early in the night.
Two, all.
That's a second racket gone for the Wales again.
How many would they typically bring to a night like this or a tournament day? How many rackets would you typically bring? How many did you have in the bag?
2.
Well, back in my day, I'd maybe have like 3, 4 on the go.
Now, if you only had 3, you might be a bit nervous, if you lost one that quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's over. 3, all.
Very little to separate these 2 combinations so far. And this can be the key. If you can rattle off a couple of points on your serve, it can be the key, because it is so hard to win points when serving.
Yeah. Great control there from Alyssa.
Yeah, Ryan Tong there, he
5,
almost gave himself up as though
3.
he'd clipped the shuttle, but he
Yeah.
hadn't. So this is a nice little
6,
run here now for the Rockets.
3.
Wow. Brilliant from Alyssa. It really does come down, and it's similar to doubles and mixed,
7,
where whoever
3.
can actually just take control of the net usually takes control of the whole game.
Fourth.
It's interesting, the Rockets mentioned their third different
Service
combination.
over.
But in the earlier two
4,
ties, they've won the 3v3
7.
both times. So they have had a good start in most, if not all of their ties. They just haven't been able to go on with it.
Service over. 8, 4.
This is looking like a really impressive opening game now.
9, 4.
Well, especially if you look at Dylan and Jonathan, who are usually doubles players, and then they get to chuck in Alyssa, who's brilliant at the net as well. They do make a great combo.
Service over. 5, 9.
It's the pressure,
Service over.
and that
10,
brings up game point.
Game point. 5. Game.
Comfortable win.
First game won by Rockets. 11-5.
So the Starship Rockets settling into their work nicely, playing largely mistake-free badminton.
Yeah.
There were a few, I don't know there's ever an unforced error in 3v3, but there were a few errors off the rackets of the Wales, and
Yeah.
they just didn't find a groove, did they?
Yeah. They just seemed a bit. Well, I just think the Rockets just had a bit more urgency, or just a bit more initiative, whereas like the Wales were kind of just playing to what came to them rather than actually trying to take control.
Penny Megawati there, coach of the Starship Rockets, talking to her team, and always very animated. Very much has the attention of her players. And in some ways now having to maybe second guess what the Wales might change, what they might throw at them, and just be one step ahead if they can in the tactics department. The Wales, of course, they've been very inconsistent. They started their campaign with a 6-love win over the Apples and then lost 2-4 against the Tigers.
Service over. 1-love.
Oh, that was beautifully set up by Alyssa Tagle with the beautiful touch at the net.
Service over. 1-all.
And they were very quick, the Rockets. Just watch the movement of the players when Alyssa starts in the backcourt here. But watch how quickly they'll just try and rotate and get Alyssa to the net. There they go.
And I mean, it works. It works great for them.
And
One.
most teams will look for that tactic, won't they?
Yeah.
Wales, time out.
So, Plenty Bay Wales are a little concerned here. And Ricky Olsen-Zegerman has called time. As Fanny Megawati has another chance to talk to her players, but the conversation we're more interested in is this one. What do you think Ricky's saying? Is it tactical, or is it just really just try and sharpen up? I mean,
I think it's a bit of both, like maybe a bit of just trying to slow down that momentum, because the momentum that the Rockets had just in those first 3 points alone was pretty up there. But I think it's maybe just trying to get the Wales, as you said, pick up a bit and actually take initiative.
these games are so quick in the race to 11, it can be over in the blink of an eye.
Four, one. Out.
Oh,
Service over.
they're so committed, the player in the front of the service box there. They're so committed. She did well, Jasmine, to pull out knowing that was falling short.
Service over. 5-2.
It's too long. So pretty good response
Service
out
over.
of the timeout.
3-5.
Oh, well done, Adam Jeffrey. He stayed at net.
Yeah.
He didn't rotate back and stayed at net and dominated the point.
4-5. Fourth.
Yeah, that's just caught the frame.
Service over. 6-4. Seven, 4.
Brave from Alyssa, but it paid off.
Service over. 5-7.
They must make a run at them here. They cannot leave this gap too much longer, you would think, in the race to 11. Similar tactic, Jasmine with the flick serve, but when the player's already back there and set, it's so dangerous.
Service over. 8-5.
It's quite an edgy cost-benefit calculation.
Fourth. Service over. 6-8.
And they've just never been able to close since the timeout
over.
was called at 3-1 down.
9-6.
They have improved. They've played better, look sharper, but they're still down by 3. Like that too.
Service over. 7-9.
Match point now.
Service over. 10. Match point. 7.
Well, the Rockets reign
Game.
supreme in the 3v3. That's 3 matches and 3 wins with 3 different combinations. 11-5, 11-7. And just not quite coming out of the blocks with enough purpose, enough direction, enough pace, it seemed, the Wales. And
Match won by Rockets. 11-5, 11-7.
And if you give a trio the quality of Sajasa, Curtin and Tagle, that sort of a momentum at the start, you're just going to struggle to bring them in, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, both threes are great in their own right. But I think at the end of the day, the experience of Dylan and Jonathan, especially when up against Adam and Ryan, probably was just in their favour in how they tactically and strategically approached the whole 3v3s. But no, it was a great performance in both teams, but Rockets did come out on top. But here they are over with Andrew now.
Thanks, Raina. Well done, guys. What is it about 3v3? I think that's 3 matches, 3 combinations, 3 wins. You guys are pretty comfortable with whoever you're playing with?
Yeah, I think we all have the same idea and we all work well together, even on a much smaller court with 3 people.
And clearly the plan is for you to get to net in that rotation. Is that what you've talked about and what you've worked on?
Yeah, we've always known that the better combination is when the 2 boys are at the back, and we kind of have like a mixed formation, and yeah, that's why I'm at the front all the time.
How critical is it for you guys to go on now tonight? You're too far away to talk to, so you've chosen the right spot. How critical is it, though? You've had this lead in your matches, but not quite got over the line. Have you spoken about that as a team and the need to really push on and get yourselves on the board?
Yeah, we've had 2 really close ties, and I think we were just a little bit unlucky. We had our chances, and tonight's another chance, so we're going to go for it this time.
Good stuff. Well done. Good win to start the evening for the Starship Rockets. They are away and firing indeed, but they've been here, done that, and not been able to go on and pick up all 3 points yet in this Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. The men's singles is next, and that's going to be most intriguing. The giant killer Andy Rouse, who had a win over Oscar Guo earlier in the competition, up against the newly crowned North Island champion in 18-year-old Ricky Cheng.
We were in a remote bay. Jasmine had a cardiac arrest. She had less than a 3% chance of making it.
The accident happened in Fiji.
The doctor said to me, "We're gonna bring him home."
When a child's life hangs in the balance, the staff at New Zealand's only paediatric intensive care unit will be there for them. Please, join the Starship Foundation as we continue to provide brighter futures for our most critically ill children. Go to starship.org.nz and donate now.
Welcome back. Round 3 action from the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League. You can follow all of the action on the website there, nzbadmintonleague.com, including the race for the Crystal Ashley Designs MVP. And we've got a couple of contenders in that appearing here tonight. It is the Rockets away quickest. They have that 1-love lead, courtesy of a win in the 3v3. Time to welcome our singles men out on court. That is the rundown for tonight. Here they come. It's Andy Rouse and Ricky Cheng next up on our show courts. Now, Raina Phillips, this is a fascinating matchup. Andy's the giant killer, had the very good win, career best win over Oscar Guo. Then he kind of didn't back it up against Edward Lau in what is a very good men's singles field at the moment in the New Zealand game. And Ricky Cheng has had defeats against Guo and Lau, but on the weekend crowned the North Island champion. So this will be fascinating to see which way this one goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Green cold. Green. Receive? Decide. You serve or receive? Serve? Okay. Receive? Ricky, you serve. Okay. 2 minutes warm up?
Yeah, they're definitely both emerging players in their own rights with their own momentums coming into this game tonight.
So Vic Kim having gone through the pre-match ritual. Interesting that Ricky Cheng chose the end rather than whether to serve or receive. Here's Andy Rouse at 22 years of age. I'm sure that men's singles ranking of 19 is going to come charging down into single figures once we get more tournaments and we get beyond a COVID-ravaged year that we had last year. He's done a lot of work in the off-season, and we saw the benefits of that in that win over Oscar Guo. While his opponent has looked at home without getting over the line so far in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League, up against two quality players, obviously, in Guo and Lau, but in particular, Ricky Cheng impressed against Edward Lau. 7-7 he lost in that match, but newly crowned North Island champion and on the way defeating Edward Lau, so that will give him huge confidence.
Yeah, and of course that was in the full best out of 3, first to 21.
Yeah, so longer version, more traditional version of the game.
And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that transfers into Ricky's game tonight.
Certainly for
ready to play.
A youngster, you would imagine that he'll just get better as the competition goes on. Get more used to seeing the cameras, the interviews, the coverage. A few spectators appearing as well. They're in here big time when we have the Sal's Pizza courtside, let me tell you.
Yeah, and for anyone who is actually watching from home in Tamaki Makaurau, while we're at North Harbour, there's a huge mezzanine floor that you can actually see as well. And so not all the spectators are actually on your screens right now. And so we're here tomorrow night. And so if you are watching and you want to come see it live, do come down. Do pay us a visit. Yeah,
and there'll be a lot of people watching that love the sport, already know it well. But for anyone that's new to it, never been to it live, get along because it really is quite startling for people that haven't seen it before. Is the athleticism, the speed, it may seem very short, these games, but boy, is it taxing.
On my right, Prenti Bay Wells, representing Andrew Luz. And on my left, Starship Rockets, representing Ricky Cheng. Starship Rockets to serve, level, play.
It's always quite the dramatic change going from that 3v3 suddenly to singles. There's a whole lot of empty court out there.
Yeah.
He's fired up early, the youngster.
2 love. Service over. 1-3.
Andy Rouse, the exclamation there, it's almost I can be louder than you. He's really trying to get a foothold in this game. Oh, that's a poor miss. His eyes lit up, but he couldn't direct the shuttle
Service over.
quickly enough to the floor.
4-1.
There is a degree of intimidation, isn't there, especially in the singles, if you can get that mental edge over your opponent.
Five, 1.
Sometimes it turns into a vocal match.
And there we go, confirmation of that with the
over.
shout this time from Rouse. Thankfully,
5.
can I say, Rona, thankfully not like tennis during the point.
We're more classy in our hollaback ways, you know?
Rouse he's desperate
Service
here
over.
Yeah.
to get some
6,
momentum, but he
2.
just cannot string 2 points together at the moment. That might help.
I remember though from
over.
his game with
3,
Oscar, that was a bit of a slow
6.
burn as well in the first set.
And really, I recall that night he was named MVP, I think, from memory. It was his win in the men's singles that spurred his team onto that 6-love result. Oh, just one too many. What brilliant badminton between these two. There's a few youngsters in the crowd that are absolutely lapping it up.
4.
And little wonder, while they smile and cheer, that the players look for a breather.
Yeah, that was an outstanding rally from both boys.
Ricky Cheng,
Thank you.
just importantly, maintains that 3-point edge. He's been in front right the way through. And Rouse is still not happy with that court surface. And this is fair enough. This is vital that the players
Thank you.
have to trust the court surface and their ability to get some purchase.
7-4 play.
Sense a little tension with Andy Rouse. He knows how big this one might be in the context of the tie. Second service error from Cheng.
Service over. 5-8.
interesting, this one, for both players. On most nights, they'll be an underdog.
Yeah, yeah.
But tonight, it's kind of very level, isn't it? So
Yeah, yeah.
again, Ricky Cheng is just bossing from the centre of the court.
10.
Bossing, I like that, Andrew.
5.
That's very hip. Bossing.
Bossing, absolutely.
I'm going to use that now in my commentating career.
And these are the moments from Andy Rouse. We're seeing enough, just in little snippets,
Yeah.
that he's right in this contest. He may lose the first game here, but still very much in the contest.
Seven, 10.
And the charge continues back into this one for Rouse. And he just lets out another little shout as he got close to Cheng at the net.
Whoa.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant to win the game. Ricky Cheng, little clench of the fist.
Won by slashing blockers, 11-8.
Important there that Cheng was able to quell the comeback and close that one out. But this is very even, isn't it? And Rouse, it seemed there, Rayner just started to get back into the match. He was frustrated early on. I think he started to find his range and move Cheng around a little bit. Cheng was good enough to hold on and maintain that margin.
Yeah, and I think Ricky just had so much more. I mean, it's always an advantage when you are the one on the 10. You know, you're not exactly playing to save your life every single point. But yeah, as you said, you're 100% right. And he did seem to actually kind of get into a groove and actually start sewing together those shots and that run of points. But unfortunately, it was actually just a bit too late.
He will be very keyed up to make another positive contribution. Very much a single specialist. And often that can lead to a little tension, knowing that this is my moment. This is my one and only chance to contribute to the team. But he has to learn to play with that tension, play with that pressure, and find his best form. He's down a game. Ricky Cheng, newly crowned North Island champion from the weekend, having taken the first one 11-8.
Second game, level, play. Service over, 1 low. Service over, 1-0.
Spotted the lift and was quick to pounce.
Service over, 2-1.
Brilliant disguise from Cheng. Ricky Cheng just asking also now for the court to be wiped dry.
Thank you.
Conditions, it's not as hot as it has been. We've had a lot of rain around Auckland, but still pretty humid, isn't it?
Yeah.
looked like forever since Auckland's had decent rain.
Yeah.
So can't complain, but did have some heavy thunderstorms earlier today and forecast for more over the next 36 hours or so. Again, lovely disguise.
Yeah.
Launched as though he was about to obliterate that shuttle. This is really impressive from the 18-year-old.
Yeah. His variation in shot is definitely a strength of his.
Well, clearly it was this sort of form that took him to the North Island title, and he's managed to maintain it now through the week. And with these two players, Rouse having beaten Oscar Guo and Ricky Cheng starting to make a name for himself, beating Lau at the North Islands. Gosh, that men's singles field is so deep at the moment.
Yeah.
Service over. 3-5.
Oh dear. That's the second time he had one of those in the first game as well.
Yeah.
Service over.
And I reckon that's tension.
Yeah.
It's just not controlling.
Those are definitely the shots you like think about when you're trying to get to sleep at night.
That's nice from Rouse.
That's a good comeback though. Still in it at 4-6
Service
pace.
over. 4-6.
Little scoreboard pressure starting to build though for Andy Rouse. And that just adds to that because at 4-7, 3 behind, but importantly Cheng just 4 from victory. Now 3. He's just looked too good tonight. It's hard to see him being dragged back here, Ricky Cheng. He looks really composed. Oh, it's hard luck. Great coverage.
9-4. Andrew. Towel. Use your towel.
So Vic Kim just saying
Your
to Andy
sweat.
Rouse
Your
that
sweat. Towel.
it's his sweat that's falling on the court.
No
So
handout. Towel.
grab a towel and dry it off.
Thank you.
I think that's a timely
Thank
little
you.
breather as well here for Andy. His
Yeah.
frustration showing signs of boiling over. But he simply must go on a run of point scoring here if he's to have any chance. Now he wants to play quickly. When he wins the point, he wants to play
9.
quickly.
Six, 9.
And again, he's ready. Cheng just made some weight momentarily. And this is exactly what was required.
7,
Still 2 more to
9.
close the gap. Oh, that is brilliant from Cheng. That defensive shot midway through that rally. Wow.
Service over. 10. Match point 7.
again. A dry this court surface. The players are perspiring heavily tonight.
Thank you.
Cheng to try and close it out and pick up his first win in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. Rouse still not happy, and he's going to do the job himself. I think they're just about ready to go.
Let the play. Andrew.
Cheng took a couple of goes to win the first game.
10.
Rouse needs to make him earn it.
Surely one more court wipe before though, right?
I think likely, yes. I'll say odds on. Not now, not now. Ricky Cheng gets it done. 8 and 8, really impressive from the youngster. And Andy Rouse looking still for his second win after that first up defeat of Oscar Guo. But it is
Match won by Starship Rockets, 11-8, 11-8.
Starship Rockets who are in control and will play from 2-love in front. Remember the race to pick up 4 points to take out the tie. And they're yet to win this season, having lost in 2 Golden Game performances. But Ricky Cheng, very impressive on the back of that North Island victory.
Yeah, it was actually just a polished performance from Ricky Cheng all round. His consistency was great. There wasn't a lot of errors that I could remember. His shot variation was just perfect. And, well, let's just hear it from him himself.
Thanks, Raina. Ricky, well done. How much confidence did you bring in to this week on the back of your North Island win? That must have been a great tournament for you.
Yeah, definitely a great confident boost because I've never played so well to beat opponent higher level than me.
And the key tonight, you got away to a very good start in the first game. Again, nice for you to feel at home in this Barfoot and Thompson League when you get away to a good lead.
Yeah, definitely. And because I served 2 in the net, and I had a bit of a shot.
Well done. Great win. Congratulations. Ricky Cheng starting to make a name for himself. The North Island champion is now a winner in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League, picking up his first scalp over Andy Rouse. Up next, it's the women's singles.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field. Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
Well, welcome back. The Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League sees the Starship Rockets in control of this one against the Plenty Bay Whales. Reminding you that the Plenty Bay Whales won their first tie 6-love, then lost their second 2-4. So really, last week and this week, they've had their struggles. They've had their speed wobbles early in the competition, but wins in the 3v3, and then that win that we just saw in the men's singles from Ricky Cheng. As we look at the lineup, we've still got men's doubles, women's doubles, and the mixed, but how important will they be? Because Caitlin Rosario, if she can upset Shauna Lee, they can go 3-love in front. Here comes our women's singles match on court. Shauna Lee, a 17-year-old out of Rangitoto College, leads Caitlin Rosario out. Caitlin yet to have a win in the competition with defeats at the hands of Courtney Trillo and Sally Fu. Shauna Lee was also beaten by one of the stars of the league so far this year in Courtney Trillo. And Justin Zhou and Holly Cho in charge of this one.
Come here. Catherine, black or green? She choose. Black. Receive. Choose your end. Right. Okay.
So I think I gather from that Shauna's going to serve. They head to their respective ends. Caitlin just never got it going last week and was a little frustrated, I think, at her own performance. Important for her to start well against arguably the better player. Certainly seedings would tell you that. So she's got to feel good early on, doesn't she?
Yeah, and I think for badminton, it's such a mental game as well, you know, and especially when it's this game to just 11, you have to really be able to just be present in the game right from the start. Certainly
she has that capability at number 5 in the rankings, 19 years of age, and she's in her home gym, plays here at Harbour Badminton, so she'll be very comfortable here. Not that anyone's uncomfortable here. A familiarity, of course, with the players almost exclusively from the northern region, so they know these badminton halls. Shauna Lee at 17, number 1 women's singles player in the country, but hasn't necessarily been at her best so far in this Barfoot and Thompson League. So she, I'm sure, will be hoping to show more improvement again tonight. Of course, you can often tell how she's going, what sort of a mood she's in with that cross-court drop that she plays from the back of the court. It's just such a wonderful weapon, and so often, I don't know what it is about left-handers. They just appear to have, I don't know, a little more time, a little. Yeah, is that? I'm getting my dictionary. I'm just
you might need an urban dictionary though.
The urban, the very, very urban, very recent urban dictionary. But yeah, just brings that brilliance that you often associate with the left-handers in racket sports, especially.
Yeah.
So final sip of the water for Caitlin. So too Shauna. As I say, it is pretty humid. Temperatures down a little on previous weeks, but the humidity perhaps has balanced that out. What an opportunity here for the Starship Rockets. Delighted, I'm sure, to be leading 2-love. Caitlin Rosario will be looking for the upset to go 3-love up.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Plenty Bay Whales, represented by Shauna Lee. On my left, Starship Rockets, Kathleen Rosario, represented by Kathleen Rosario. Plenty Bay Whales to serve, love all, play. Serve over, 1-0. love. Subs over. 1-all.
One of the keys
Subs over. 2-1.
goes without saying, but she must cut down the unforced errors,
Yeah.
Rosario. Winning points will be tough enough without giving them away.
Yeah.
Jasmine's pretty happy
Subs
with that
over.
result for her teammate.
2-all.
She's a great cheerleader, isn't she?
She's awesome.
Subs over. 3-2.
It's good so far for Rosario, not allowing Shauna Lee to find any real rhythm so far. Oh, thought about it.
Subs over. 3-all.
So I make that 2 of the 4 points have been unforced errors, Rosario.
Five, 3.
Good judgment.
Subs over. 4-5. Subs over. 6-4.
We haven't really yet seen anything you might describe as brilliant from Lee, but still she leads 6-4. It's just snuck away on Rosario here. Just that scoreboard now a little out of control.
Subs over. 5-8.
That's too good. That's
Subs
certainly
over.
was
9-5.
in the brilliant category.
Yeah. Shauna seems a bit disengaged compared to a normal South tonight. Is it just me, or?
No, I agree with you, and that's why I was thinking that at the moment she's
10
almost being
game
gifted
point.
this first game.
Yeah.
When Caitlin gets into the rally and forces at the distance, she's right in the contest, and that's very curious from Shauna Lee.
Subs over. 6-10. Seven, 10.
seen that through the Barfoot and Thompson League so far, off the racket of
Point
Caitlin
game
Rosario,
won by
setting up points but not
Bay
able to
Wales,
find the winner.
11-7.
In a curious kind of way, I think she should take some confidence out of that first game. Shauna Lee's won at 11-7, but I think if Rosario can show the best improvement, take away those unforced errors, I think she's right in the contest here.
Yeah, definitely.
Tony Megawati, I'm sure will be looking to lift her player. And Shauna, multi-talented. We know her qualities on the badminton court. I'm hearing that she's had a fairly heavy schedule with the volleyball nationals last week. So maybe there is just an opportunity for Caitlin here to take advantage of that. If there is a little tiredness in the legs of Shauna Lee.
I think for Caitlin, it's probably just actually dismantling maybe, I guess, the preconceptions she might have with her games against Shauna. I mean, when you have someone who is just heralded as, you know, top seed, it can sometimes be quite daunting going up against them. And so maybe tonight, Caitlin just has to just go on and just consider she's playing anyone. And maybe she might actually pull out an upset.
And of course, it's easier said than done from the commentary position to just say things like cut out the unforced errors and what have you. But if it can be a mindset, if you can just give yourself a little bit more margin for error, find the big shots when they're most needed. Oh, so quick, the defensive push from Shauna Lee.
1 love.
And I actually think this is where Shauna's shot quality is actually coming through. Because regardless of how tired she might be, she's still quite comfortable, you know?
2 love. Subs over. 1-2.
I really do think Rosario's a big chance here if she can go toe-to-toe here with Lee. It's missed by a long way.
Subs over. 3-1. Subs over. 2-3. Three all. Subs over. 4-3.
Going for winners a lot of the time.
3.
Yeah.
When perhaps the read on this game is just to rally, 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 stay in the points. There's a good example of it.
Yeah.
Be patient,
Subs
keep the shuttle
over.
in play.
4,
Especially if it is
5.
a fatigue factor on Shauna's part. Caitlin really just has to commit to making those rallies last.
Serves over. 6-4.
Marginal one
Play.
that Caitlin thought might have gone her way initially. Oh, that was clever from both players.
Yeah.
Rosario's response was superb.
Yeah.
But just the little lift. And Lee is showing all of her class at just 17 years of age. She's not necessarily at her best. She is finding a way. Just looking for a little breather here to make sure the court surface is dry. Ricky Olsen-Siegerman was directing traffic.
7-4.
They're not giving her an easier workload though. If she is a little tired, she's still got the women's doubles and the mix to play, Shauna Lee. She's in no hurry.
5-7.
Critical stage of the match here.
Yeah.
6-7.
You kind of feel like if this goes to 3, Rosario might become the favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, the touch and then the power.
Serves over. 8-6. Serves over. 7-8.
Increasingly, signs of fatigue for Lee.
All.
Oh, that was by the barest of margins.
Serves over. 9-8.
Well played, Rosario.
Serves over. 9-all.
In the midst of all this focus on Shauna Lee,
Play.
Caitlin Rosario has kept her composure.
Yeah.
There's Shauna
Great,
Lee's
great.
class. Tired or not, that is just quality.
Yeah. She really does know how to actually just make the
Serves
most of a
over.
singles court.
10. Match point. 9.
That was textbook. A return drop, bringing Rosario to the net, and then played into the empty backcourt. Well, not at her best, but she finds a way to win. The Shauna Lee. It's in her DNA, isn't it? So winning it in straight games, 11-7, 11-9, and really did feel as though had that gone to a third,
Match
that
won
Caitlin
by
Rosario
20
might have been
ways. 11-7.
even more so
11-9.
in the contest. But Shauna Lee, perhaps not as fleet of foot as we might normally expect, but she's still got 2 games to come tonight. Importantly for her team, gets them back into the tie, doesn't it? They could ill afford to have gone down 3-love, so that's an important win for the Whales.
Yeah, I think that definitely was a very pivotal moment in terms of the whole tie score from that macro perspective. But no, it was a great game from both girls. Shauna fortunately did pull through, as we said, tired or not. She did great. But let's hear from her now with Andrew.
Well, Shauna, how's the body? Volleyball nationals in the league still a little bit from last week?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, I haven't played that much, to be honest, since I came back, so I kind of just had to scrap myself apart.
You did find a way to win though, and that was important. It's kind of in the DNA, isn't it, that you found the big shots when you needed them?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I just had to come on court with like a good mindset and like not think about winning or losing and just play how I usually play, I guess. Yeah.
How is the balance for you at the moment, and how are things at Rangitoto? Are they good supporters of everything you're doing sport-wise and with studies?
100%. Like, I'm like 2 weeks behind my work at Rangitoto at the moment just because I've been away, but they've been such a big help. Like, every single one of my teachers and all the like volleyball staff as well. Like, they're so encouraging and stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well done getting the balance right and a win there. You've still got 2 more games to come tonight. Go and rest up and come back out later. Well done.
Thank you so much.
So getting the win when perhaps the legs are a little tired, but Shauna Lee gets her team into the contest. Which way is this going to go? It's very much in the balance. Come back and join us for the next match in just a moment. Sky Sport Next continues our coverage of the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League. It is a round 3 action, reminding you coming into this one, the Plenty Bay Whales with a win and a loss on 3 points, whilst the Starship Rockets 2 Golden Game losses, leaving them on the foot of the table with 2 points. But they're in control of this one, albeit a fairly tenuous control at 2-1, courtesy of Shauna Lee getting them back in the tie. Women's doubles and mixed doubles will round out the evening. Up next, let's welcome our men's doubles onto our show courts. Trish Gubb leads the players out. Ryan Tong and Adam Jeffrey for the Wales, and Jonathan Curtin and Dylan Sajasa for the Starship Rockets. This is a little bit like the Rouse Cheng men's singles one. This is pretty evenly balanced. You've got the, I guess, relative experience of Curtin and Sajasa, both in their mid-late 20s, up against the younger Jeffrey and Tong at 19 and 20 respectively. But both combinations would lay claim to feeling like they can win this.
Yeah. Jonathan to Adam. Which end do you want? Okay.
Well, I think Jonathan and Dylan made a little pact. They said, we won't talk at all during the coin toss. They didn't say a word, they just pointed. Silent intimidation.
They took a vow of silence, eh?
That won't last, not with Dylan. He will not keep quiet for an entire game. Here's Jonathan Curtin at 28. There's that number 4 ranking in men's doubles, very much a doubles and mixed specialist. And already tonight has the feel for this court with a win in the 3v3. Adam Jeffrey was in the beaten side in that 3v3 at 19. He is the youngest of our 4 players on court. Men's doubles ranking of 20. But got to be in pretty good form though in that 3v3. He's found his shot making late in the contest. Dylan Sajasa at 26 is perhaps the emotional leader of this Starship Rockets team. He's quite happy to carry that responsibility and lead his team and lift them when required, and he takes it personally if he can't help them do that. 6th ranked in men's doubles.
Ready to play.
And Ryan Tong, the last of our 4 players, ranked 14. So on rankings, you go with Curtin Sajasa. Experience, you go with Curtin Sajasa, but do not count out Jeffrey and Tong.
Yeah, definitely. They have great strengths, both of those boys on the Wales side. And I mean, as you can see from their ages, some rankings can just reflect the fact that they haven't actually had as much, I guess, opportunities to push up that ranking.
Especially the last 18 months.
Yeah, very true.
Largely being wiped out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jonathan Curtin winning the North Island
on
champs
my right,
with Dachman Vong on the
Plenty
weekend.
Bay Wales, represented by Adam Jeffrey and Ryan Tong. And on my left, Starship Rockets, represented by Jonathan Curtin and Dylan Sajasa. Starship Rockets to serve, Jonathan Curtin to Adam Jeffrey. Love all. Play.
Good defensive start from the Rockets.
1, love.
Good angles from Adam Jeffrey.
Service over. 1, all.
It's a rare moment. I think I just saw Dylan Sajasa
1.
say, my bad, my bad. So just taking responsibility.
Bit of miscommunication there.
3,
or maybe just the carryover of the bell of silence.
Well, they're talking now.
Yeah.
That's gone. Eventually, they huffed and they puffed and they blew the house down.
2, 3.
Great.
What hands.
3, all.
Spectacular reflex reaction.
Was it in from both lines?
4, 3.
Oh, goodness me. Dylan Sajasa is on fire.
5, 3.
Curtin's doing his bit too, mind
Yeah.
you.
Good reading there from Jonathan.
6, 3. Plenty Bay Wales, time out.
Yeah, I think that's 4 straight points. I think they were 2-3 down, and if not worse than that, and 4 straight points. And Ricky Olsen-Siegerman has burned the timeout early. Just wondering, this is one of those classic timeouts as we see Fani Megawati talk to Dylan and Jonathan, but it's almost one of those timeouts that she doesn't care if she hasn't got anything to say.
Yeah.
She just wants to stop the game right now.
yeah.
And of course she has got something to say. But, she just needed to halt that momentum.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I don't know they've done much wrong, have they? We've just seen some brilliance off the racket of the Rockets.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, yeah, they've basically done as best as they can
3,
in terms of doing
play.
nothing wrong. It's just Dylan and Jonathan have really just come out strong.
Oh, what a shot!
Service over.
I'm not sure Ryan Tong could believe it.
4.
I think Ryan
6.
Tong was also really scared that he was going to smack the screen in half.
Going to take the TV and the advertising hoardings, go through the Sky City sign.
Love a bit of drama though.
Oh, and just the ability to play that from
Yeah.
almost one corner to the very opposite corner.
And it was honestly the perfect thing because you could see the Rockets had come for the straight and were just absolutely taken blindsided.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
5, 6.
often that decision is terminal. If you leave the shuttle and you know you're wrong, you can never get your way back out of that situation.
Service over. 7, 5.
Well pounced.
Service over. 6, 7.
This is good. Very
Service
good
over.
contest.
8, 6.
Jasa is absolutely dialed in. You can't miss.
What a
10.
serve.
Game point, 6.
Surely again.
Service over. 7-10.
That was a crucial variation there from Adam. Just to know when to take the pace off.
Still 3 game points in
Thank
what,
you.
for the most part, seems to have been a very, very close contest. But they've just given themselves breathing room, have the Rockets, and they should
Ready to
take
play.
this first game from here. Haven't really seen a big comeback from game point down so far in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. Could this be it? No.
Game.
Fairly
First game won
quick
by
answer.
Starship Rockets, 11-7.
And despite a little miscommunication on 2 or 3 occasions there between the Starship Rockets, they've come through and they look really keyed up. I'm sure it's motivating them, the fact that they've lost both of their ties in Golden Game.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's just, you know, that's the thought that's not allowing them to get to sleep at night. And they'd be desperate to get the first win under their belts and close in on the top of the table, keep themselves in contention.
Yeah, because I remember in last year's Badminton League, there was actually quite a switch when you move between the rounds. I remember first round, there seemed to be a team that, you know, they were dominant, and then from like the backs, it just all changed. And so, yeah, I think for the Starship Rockets, it could be crucial tonight.
And of course, there's no second round.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
They've got to get in touch. Just got the 1 round before we head into a final. Another night of action here tomorrow night at the North Harbour Badminton Centre. That will see the Tigers and the Apples do battle. Tigers currently on top of the table, having
Second
won
game.
both their
Love all.
ties in
Play.
this league so far.
Service over. 1, love. Two, love.
Impressive response here.
3, love.
Oh, launching into that.
Service over. 1, 3.
Didn't really go for a steep angle. That was just all out power. Might have caught a bit of the frame, but it still
2,
catches enough
3.
of the court to be a winner.
Service over. 4-2.
Great angle.
Yeah.
I mentioned
Service
earlier it was
over.
all out power. That time it was all about the
3,
angle from
4.
Sajasa. Looking at the matches still to come. Women's doubles, Lee and Ing for the Wales up against Rosario
Keep the water off
and
the court, if you would.
Dougley for
Just in case.
the Rockets. Which way do you go on that one, Raina?
Oh, I'm feeling the Wales for that one, eh? How about you, Andrew?
I think the Rockets upset there. So and then that mixed at the end. That's such an even prospect.
That'll be a good mixed game for sure.
Good early advantage for the Wales has disappeared. And with it, have they let slip their chances in this match? Long way to go yet.
Oh. Service over. 5-4.
Real edge to all
Play.
of these matches so far tonight. Players very keyed up.
Wow.
Almost just got stuck in the mud there, didn't he,
Yeah.
Jonathan Curtin?
7-4.
I think he knew he had to try and reach that, but just couldn't get the feet going.
Yeah. It was just perfect placement by the Wales, just right in the between them.
Service over. 5-7.
That would have been a hefty interception if Adam had pulled it off.
Yeah, the anticipation was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just not quite out of the middle. Oh, Sajasa.
Service over. 8-5.
Possibly one of the easiest shots he's had in the match so far. Dumps it into the net.
Play.
Well, it certainly looks like we're going to go to the distance here.
9-5.
This is a turn in the tables.
Service over.
They've stayed
6,
really
9.
composed. They were 3 or 4 love up, and then 4 all. It looked like maybe the momentum was back with the Rockets, but Adam Jeffrey and Ryan Tong have been able to kick clear again. Still the job not done. And that's gone long.
Service over.
Huge grin from Ryan Tong.
10. Game point. 6.
Going to a third. Ryan Tong responds like they've won the match.
Second game won by plenty, Bay Wales. 11-6. 1 game all.
But that is a really good turnaround. They went a mile off in the first game, of course, but it's important for the Wales. 2-1 down in the tie. Looking to try and level it up with 2 matches left tonight. Sure what the difference was, Raina. Did you see anything tactically, anything that appreciatively changed from the first game, or is this just a very close tussle?
I did notice there's a few more unforced areas on the Rockets' end, as well as maybe just like their foot a bit off the gas pedal. And I mean, Adam and Ryan didn't really change much. They were just consistently on the ball. And I think that's just where the change came.
So it might be a question then of whether Sajasa and Curtin can find that level again.
So doing a quick tally on the status of both coaches' timeout cards. Fanny still has hers, and Ricky has spent it.
Yep. So Fanny has that opportunity if she deems it necessary to intervene in this final game. The tie perhaps in the balance here.
Final game. Love all. Play. Service over. 1. Love.
Sajasa has been most at home with those flat, fast exchanges. Straight at the non-racket holding shoulder. Always tough to defend.
Change.
It's always easier when you've got a racket in the hand, eh?
Always a target, isn't it? If you can't find the open court, find a hip or a shoulder. Make it difficult for the opponent.
Hips don't lie, Andrew.
Oh.
Service over. 1, 2.
Wales trying to slow down the fast start for the Rockets here. Well, we saw one earlier in the match where Curtin changed his mind and tried to play it, but then he had the courage to let it go.
Jonathan, there's something shiny on the floor here too. Yep, wipe the court, please. Yes.
We're going to
Jonathan, there's something shiny down
wipe
there
the
too.
court, and Trish Gupp's seen something on the court surface. Might have been a little splinter of a feather from that shuttle. Game faces back on for these boys, do you think? I mentioned Jonathan Curtin having won the North Island Championships over the weekend, partnering Dakman Vong.
One.
That is the perfect serve.
Yeah, sharing the tee.
Well, they're not quite stranded just yet, but they're certainly heading for dry land, the Wales. They're in trouble here. Ricky Olsen Siegerman has used the timeout, as we mentioned.
Play.
Jonathan just passing a racket to, I assume, to be restrung. I'm sure that was quite curious. Don't know that he actually swapped it.
Service over. 2-6.
So just getting word, Rainer, that he did in fact break a string, so the racket was swapped out.
2 rackets in 1 game. That's an expensive night.
That's what sponsors are for.
I know that is true.
Nice little fight back.
3-6.
Long way to go yet, but good signs for the Wales. And Curtin pounces.
Service over. 7-3.
Just long.
Service over. 4-7.
This is really
5,
good composure from
7.
the youngsters. No panic in the ranks, just edging their way back into the contest.
Dylan in position, please. You need to be quicker. Service over. 8-5.
They're combining superbly, they really are.
9-5.
Benny's very stoked with how they're coming back.
Rallies of the night.
Great.
Brings up match point
10,
and also
match point,
the need for a little
5.
more oxygen.
Jonathan's.
That's how long the rally was. I've forgotten whose serve it is. This to go 3-1 up on the night. Oh, and they do it with a net roll. They do it with a net roll.
Brilliant.
But to be fair, they were the better of the two combinations in a pretty fiercely fought encounter. And that sees the Rockets all but reminding you that they're yet to win a match outright.
Match won by Starship Rockets, 11-7, 6-11, 11-5.
They're yet to win a tie outright. They've had 2 losses in Golden Game. Does give them the 2 points on the points table, but of course they'd like nothing more than the 3 points here tonight. But that's really impressive from Curtin and Sajasa.
Yeah, they did great just to hold it on at in that third game. It slipped a bit, but they really did come through and just follow it through to the end. But also huge mention to Adam and Ryan, who obviously also went 3 games and did great within their own rights. But here we have Andrew with Dylan and Jonathan.
Thanks, Rainer. Well done, guys. A little bit of a lull in the second game, but you seem to refocus and come back out in the third, or was it just the other boys put it on you in the second?
Yeah, no, they really stepped it up in the second. Surprised us a little bit, but we managed to regain our composure and, finish strong.
You both, a little bit of miscommunication in the first, but you still had enough to get there. Almost it seemed like the intensity, you're both so fiercely determined that it's a good thing in a way, isn't it, that you're both going for shots?
Yeah, I mean, it's better that we both go for it than we both leave it, right? We both knew what we wanted from the game plan, so even if we had some miscommunications, the ideas were kind of still there.
And obviously you carry some good form in, having won the North Island doubles. That give you a little boost over the weekend?
A little bit.
You didn't play with this? Oh, we won't go there. We won't go there. You're at 3. You've been there before. You haven't quite got over the line. Obviously, that's the big focus. You want to get those 3 points and race up that points table.
Yeah, we just got to take one match at a time and try and do our best, and I'm sure we'll get there.
Good stuff. Well done. Really good performance from the boys to win the men's doubles and give the Starship Rockets a 3-1 lead. So it means at the very least they're going to Golden Game. But of course they want to win one more and win the tie outright tonight. They could do it in the next match. It's women's doubles next.
Join the Starship Foundation as we continue to provide brighter futures for children in New Zealand's only paediatric intensive care unit. Go to starship.org.nz and donate now.
Are the Starship Rockets on the verge of their first win in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton League? They could sew it up with a win in the women's doubles. Truth be told, they're very much favourites though, because they're all but at 3-1 in the tie over the Plenty Bay Whales. And just that women's doubles as mentioned, and then the mix to come. Golden Game, of course, if we're 3-3, we'll go through that exciting process to see who might have the chance to get out there and win it for their respective teams. Here come our women's doubles combinations. Shauna Lee and Jasmine Ng for the Plenty Bay Wales up against Caitlin Rosario. And a return to the playing arena for Alyssa Dagle, who played in that first up 3v3, which was a win for the Rockets. This is one of those matches that, again, you're very wary, very careful of the rankings conversation because both partnerships are very capable of
Okay,
winning
players,
this one.
red color or white color? Red, white, sure. White. Serve. Who's the receiver? Okay, which end? Sure.
Have a look at the player rankings, their respective women's doubles rankings as we introduce our 4 players, but there are other factors to take into account. We've already seen Shauna Lee overcoming a little weariness, perhaps, a little tiredness to win her singles. There's Alyssa Dagle, at 21 years of age, second in the women's doubles rankings, and in fact, she'll be the highest ranked player on court, and she's class.
Yeah, absolute class, yeah. She's brilliant. And it's just been really cool, I think, within the past 3 years since she's moved from juniors, just really stepping into that senior level.
Jasmine Ng is ranked number 5, and she is the lowest ranked in her combination, which just tells you a story that they're pretty handy. Jasmine Ng and Shauna Lee. Shauna Lee is taking on another workload despite a busy week, winning bronze, I believe, with Rangitoto at the Volleyball Nationals last week. There she is. But class often comes through, and we saw that in her singles. Ranked at number 3 in women's doubles. She got the perfect podium there, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
In the 3 disciplines, although the
Ready to play.
Perfect podium might be 1, 1, 1. And Caitlin Rosario, more the single specialist, and she's the wild card here, isn't she? As to her combination with Dagle and how quickly and how effective they can prove to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see, you know, it's interesting to see, as you said, how Caitlin will actually blend into this doubles pairing and how she will slot together and work around Alyssa, who, as we know, Alyssa is superb with her doubles. And so, yeah, it will be good to see how they go up against Jasmine and Shauna.
They had a good win, Caitlin and Alyssa, over Sally Fu and a youngster, Anna Ryu. For the mighty Jazz Apples, they won that 11-4, 13-11 last time out. And first round, they were defeated, though, by Rowan Apalasok and Anona Pak, who are quite the handy combination. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
On my right, Plenty Bay Wales, represented by Shauna Lee and Jasmine Ng. And on my left, Starship Rockets, represented by Caitlin Rosario, Alyssa Dagle. Plenty Bay Wales to serve, Jasmine Ng to Caitlin Rosario. Level, play.
Quick exchange, and the Rockets come out on top.
Service over. 1, love. Two, love.
As they have done
3, love.
in so many of their matches, they've come out of the blocks very quickly, the Rockets.
Service over. 1, 3. Service over. 4-1.
It's pushed well long. Certainly think we're seeing the benefit of a settled combination.
Yeah. Well, come out.
Rosario and Dougley have played together now through this competition. And again, Ricky Olsen-Siegerman is not shy of using that timeout card early. She wants to call a halt to this very quick. She's not happy. That's not a happy coach.
It's not the happiest I've seen her, but yeah, that is a very early timeout. 5-1, first game.
Very in fact, may well be identical. Very similar to the men's doubles anyway, where she called a halt to proceedings, but
5
remains to be seen
1.
if it has an effect on the way this match is going. Signs are not good for the Wales. Pretty
6.
good if you're a Rockets fan.
1. Service over. 2-6. Out.
Wow, it's just not happening.
Service over. 7-2. Eight, 2.
Same shot again, right down the middle. Just seems
9-2.
a lack of communication or just, I don't know, energy from the Wales.
Service over. 3-9.
Yeah, if they're going to lose this first game, and it looks like they will.
Service over.
It would do them the
10,
power of good just to win a couple of good rallies.
3.
Yeah.
Feel like they're in the match because at the moment they look a very distant second.
Game.
That is comprehensive. That is comprehensive. And Shauna Lee.
First game won by Starship Rockets. 11-3.
That's as grumpy as a change of ends as you'll see. And she's just being, I assume, calmed down, or at least Ricky Olsen-Siegerman here just needs to get them back on the right page. But Fanny Megawati, by contrast, she will be delighted. She'll feel like it's only moments ago she was wishing them well.
Yeah.
They just played good, steady, consistent badminton,
just
didn't they?
Just safe and just,
Thank you.
effective.
A lot of shuttles down the middle of the court, capitalising on any confusion that seemed to be there too often for
Second
the
game.
Wales.
Lawful play.
Caitlin thought
Service
that was
over.
a chance of rolling over.
1 love.
Oh.
2
Don't
love.
think Ing got enough on that serve.
Yeah.
And Rosario couldn't punish her. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Quick as you like, it just turns around.
Yeah.
What's done it? What's caused it? Who knows?
Love.
If you could bottle it, you'd be a genius and worth a lot of money.
I think of some inspirational mantras from Ricky.
Yeah, let's credit the coach.
Service over. 1-3. Sub is over. 4-1.
It's better for the Rockets, but certainly a lot more purpose about the
Sub is
Bay
over.
Whales.
2-4. Three, 4. Sub is over. 5-3.
I guess you're always in search of the perfect badminton shot, and that is angle combined with pace. How many times do we see a player from the net just blast it too deep? That one also is long. It's not always about the power. The angle is critical.
6-3.
It's a very different game to Rockets' first consistent,
3.
safe 11 points.
They're being forced into looking for something a little extra.
Yeah.
That's an unforced error. And just as quickly
3.
as Rosario and Tagle won the first game, I think Lee and Ing are about to level it up. Oh, well, when that shot's coming out of the kit bag, you know they're getting their form back.
9-3.
Oh, the turnaround here is
just not
quite
working.
remarkable.
10. Game point 3.
Seems everything that wasn't working for the Wales in the first is now not working for the Rockets.
Okay, that's kind of normal service resuming from the first game, but
Sub is over. 4-10.
this is just consolation time now for the Rockets. Make the Wales work, but you would think a fait accompli.
10. Again.
Wow. From 11-3 down
Second
in the
game won by
first.
Plenty Bay Wales. 11-5.
To win
One
the
game
second
all.
11-5, and you know, I think almost in more dominant fashion. They absolutely bullied their way through to that.
Yeah.
And now it becomes again a question of momentum, and will it change?
Yeah.
What can Fanny Megawati say here to inspire her team? Well, Ricky Olsen-Siegerman on picture is still showing concern, wanting to keep her team with the foot on the throat. Jasmine so often plays with that smile, doesn't she?
Yeah, she always has. She's brilliant like that.
Shauna perhaps a little more prone to showing the highs and lows on the emotional spectrum.
I guess they make up yin-yang combo.
And it worked in that game. The question is, when they come out in the third, is it yin or yang that dominates?
Yeah.
But, certainly they've really given themselves a huge boost here. They're on their toes. They're what does the third game
Final
hold
game.
in store?
Luffle. Play.
Great start from Caitlin.
Well, they just got the combination wrong because
Sub is over.
Jasmine covered
love.
the middle, so Shauna didn't cover down the line.
bit too much that Caitlin was trying to achieve in that shot.
Service over. 1-all. Service over. 2-1.
Nice. Great combination.
3-1.
Brilliant.
Four, 1.
Remember, if the Rockets win, they win the tie.
Service over.
Do you think she heard me?
Oh, they always
2,
hear us, Andrew. They always do.
4.
Oh.
Change shuttle. 3, 4.
Back come the Wales. Kind of going to script,
4,
isn't it? It's a very
all.
one-sided contest in the first 2 games. This one could go to the wire. Jasmine sprinting through the
5,
shot there to
4.
get things going quickly again.
Starship Rocket, time out.
And perhaps Fanny Magawati recognising that and just trying to slow Plenty Bay Wales down. This one very much in the balance, but deciding to have a chat and just push the reset button here. They got out to a very good start in this 3rd game. And looking pretty smooth as a combination too. Caitlin Rosario, you know, is belying the rankings at the moment. The indication really is that she's more the specialist player, singles player, but obviously most of, if not all, players come through juniors playing across all disciplines.
Yeah.
And this is proving to be a pretty handy
5,
combination.
4. Play.
Also highlight that Alyssa Tagle
Service over.
is 2nd in the overall
5,
Crystal Ashley Designs
all.
MVP race. Oh, that is brilliant. Rally of the night. Absolutely superb. Shauna Lee played 3 or 4 shots from her knees.
Yeah.
6, 5.
Oh, we are seeing the best badminton of the night.
We are.
Really is a great contest, and Rosario is stepping up big time.
Service over. 6-all. Service over. 7-6.
Both coaches are looking a bit tense, would you say?
Just a little. And they can have no more influence on this now. Calmly put away. I'll tell you what, they're
Service
all
over.
breathing in the big
7.
ones, aren't they? They're looking for oxygen in a very humid environment. Looking for a clean winner,
Service
Rosario.
over. 8-7.
Back-to-back errors from the Rockets, and
9-7.
suddenly Shauna Lee and Jasmine Ng. What a turnaround this would be.
This really could be tie saving for them. Oh my goodness!
Best we not speak too soon. But at 11-3, having lost the first game,
Service over.
in a two-horse race, they were disqualified.
9.
They were gone. They were that far out of it. Oh, it's long.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Service over. 10. Match point. 8.
Wow.
One save. Rosario's pumped.
Service over. 9. 10.
How are the nerves for Alyssa?
Whoa.
Oh, 10-10. A little more drama, a little more excitement.
Oh my goodness.
10. Oh.
Wow.
Match point. And an opportunity to win a tie for the first time in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand
11.
League this season.
10.
They've got it. They've got it. The Starship Rockets. Look at the delight. And that win gives them the 4 needed on the night. And they will take the tie.
Thank you.
And that is superb. What a match that was.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
At times so one-sided
Match
and
won
yet
by
very
Starship
even.
Rockets. 11-3. 5-11. 12-10.
Showing great character and a combination now that has to be respected, Raina, across
Yeah.
this league.
Yeah.
These two, Caitlin and Alyssa, really saying to the others, we're as good as any and we can win this women's doubles on any night.
Yeah, and I think especially as the only 2 women's in the Starship Rockets league team, they don't have a choice, and it's been really cool to see them grow as a pair in their combinations. But let's hear from them now with Andrew.
Fantastic. Is that like, yes, we've won the tie? I saw the celebration. It was so important after a couple of Golden Game losses. How much does that mean to you guys?
Well, I mean, I don't know about Caitlin, but I think that was a really big win for me as well, because if we didn't win, we would have to go down to the mixed, and yeah, I would have been really nervous.
And as a combination, tell me, I mean, that's you're playing together every week, and are we seeing that combination build and grow?
Oh, definitely. I think during the second set it was a bit hard. We kind of lost our game strategy, but during the third set, I think we worked really hard together. Even though we made a few errors, I think we both, well, especially me, was really grateful that Alyssa was keeping me calm.
Looking after each other. That's what a good combination does, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't know if I was calm.
You always say this, and you've just got this game face on. You always look calm, but well done. Fantastic win. Congratulations. So that seals the deal for the Starship Rockets as they take the tie. They've got to the 4, but we still have the mixed doubles to come. That is next.
We were in a remote bay. Jasmine had a cardiac arrest. She had less than a 3% chance of making it.
The accident happened in Fiji.
The doctor said to me, "We're gonna bring him home."
When a child's life hangs in the balance, the staff at New Zealand's only paediatric intensive care unit will be there for them. Please, join the Starship Foundation as we continue to provide brighter futures for our most critically ill children. Go to starship.org.nz and donate now.
Well, the Starship Rockets have won their first tie of the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League for 2021, but still one match to be played and a chance for the Plenty Bay Whales to at least get a little closer on that scoreboard. But that's great news for the Rockets. The 3 points will zoom them up the table and they will draw level with the Tigers momentarily anyway, until the Tigers, of course, play the mighty Jazz Apples tomorrow night at this same venue. One match to play. We know there's no golden game. Let's welcome our mixed doubles on court here in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. So, consolation only, but you never know. You never know in a countback situation. Each match could prove to be vital.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Plenty Bay Whales will be looking to at least get to 4-2 on the scoreboard. It's been quite the turnaround for them, though, hasn't it? Winning 6-love in the first week.
Yeah.
Absolute world beaters. And they went down to the Tigers 4-2. They're going to go down here tonight. They've just hit a bit of a speed bump, haven't they?
Yeah.
Black cold. Service end. you serve. Which end? That end? Who receive? Receive? Adam. Okay.
Logistics sorted.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Vic Kim's got it sorted. 2 minutes now for the players to warm up. I'm sure that's not a challenge in these conditions, and especially given that for Shauna and Alyssa, they've both just been out on court in that women's doubles. What a thriller that was. Adam Jeffrey, 19 years of age. It's been a tough night for the Wales so far. Shauna Lee, the only one to get a win on the board. Adam played in both the 3v3 and the men's doubles tonight. Ranked 14th in mixed doubles. There's Alyssa Dargley at 21 years of age, having, as you said, Rona, come out of the junior ranks over the last couple of years, and are now very comfortable and one of the country's best doubles and mixed exponents. Shauna Lee, third game of the night. So far in the balance, 1-1, lost one. She'd like to finish on the positive side of the ledger, I'm sure. She will partner Adam Jeffrey tonight and Dylan Sajasa. Ranked 4 in mixed doubles. And they make for a pretty formidable combination. Arguably one of the best going around in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. Sajasa and Dargley. Rankings, experience, pretty familiar with the high pressure situations. Had a win last time out over the mighty Jazz Apples, over Dakman Vong and Erina Calder Hawkins, and that was a win to push that tie to a golden game, which they ultimately lost when Cheng and Sajasa were paired up in the men's doubles. But
ready to play.
This one's a little more relaxed for them. They've already got the tie done and dusted. Shauna, Adam look nice and relaxed, and that might well be the best approach.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it, play with a smile on the face, still play to win. It's just having perhaps released some of the tension out of the evening. Not that they wanted to be playing in a,
Ladies and
a
gentlemen,
match that means nothing.
on my right, Plenty Bay Wales, represented by Adam Jeffrey, Shauna Lee. And on my left, Starship Rockets, represented by Dylan Sajasa, Alyssa Tagle. Starship Rockets to serve, Alyssa Tagle serve to Adam Jeffrey. Level, play.
Good start by Adam.
Service over. 1 low. Two low. Service over. 1, 2. Two, all. Hold. 3, 2.
Jasa starting to warm to the task.
4, 2.
I'm sure Fanny's told them just to get on and get off if they can.
Just caught the net and came back.
Service over. 3-4.
Jeffrey looking at the
Service
string
over.
straight away there.
5-3.
Certainly not off the middle, but no broken string. Nothing like looking at the racket after you've played a bad shot.
Great
well
play.
done. Well done, Shauna Lee.
Service over. 4-5. Service over. 6-4. Service over. 5-6.
Seeing a fair bit of shot making going on.
Over. 7-5.
It's been good on the return of
Service over.
serve through
6-7.
the entire evening, Adam Jeffrey.
7-all.
Great placement.
Brilliant.
You'd almost think she was one of the top seeds.
Oh, one of the best in the country.
Maybe.
I just used the pace of the shot coming at her.
Oh, I need to stop talking.
Service over. 8-all.
That one was on you.
I know, I need to get muted ASAP. I
that's
definitely need to get ASAP
Yeah,
muted.
mistake there on the return
9-8.
of serve. So suddenly the Wales with their noses in front.
Service over. 9-all.
Game point.
10. Game point. 9.
Great finish. Oh, look at it.
Game.
Oh, no.
Played at the body of
Game
Shauna
on
Lee.
by
The apology
Sassy
from
Blockers.
Melissa.
11-9.
She just loves to win, Shauna Lee. And that means she's never happy to lose. And she stormed away there. But, she'll regain her composure, I'm sure. Just confirmation of tomorrow night. Same venue back here at Badminton North Harbour. The Tiger Brokers Tigers on top of the table after 2 rounds with 5 points up against the mighty Jazz Apples. And they go into tomorrow night's tie with 2. And currently, of course, they are now at the bottom of the table, the Apples, with the Rockets having picked up the 3 points tonight. Draw level with the Tigers, so there's confirmation of things as they stood coming into this one. But you can fire the Rockets from bottom to top on the basis of their win tonight, albeit temporarily.
Second game. Level. Play.
That's the risk. I said he's been returning serve really well. That's the risk.
One.
Just tried to
low.
jump the serve and the flick defeated him.
Fault.
It's not a good day for Shauna Lee.
No.
2 low.
Adam with the apology to his teammate.
Adam is shrinking. Great defense there from Adam.
Service over. 1, 2.
Jassa trying to get out of the way of the shuttle to clear some room to make the shot.
Service over. 3, 2.
Couple of cheap points given away by the Wales.
4, 2.
And this might be hard to stop
5,
now, this momentum.
2.
Are they racing to a victory to cap off a first win this season? It certainly looks that way.
7, 2. Service over. 3, 7.
It was the right idea, playing back over the shoulder of Sajasa.
Service over.
Too
8,
long.
3.
Oh, lovely. The use of angles.
9, 3.
Needed
Service
just
over.
another step.
4, 9. Service over. 10, match point, 4. Out. Service over. 5, 10.
And that goes wide, and it wraps up a really good night for the Starship Rockets. On 2 previous occasions, they've made it through to a golden game and not been able to get over the line. Well, tonight they take the golden game right out of the equation, and they win 5-1 on the evening. And that comprehensive
by Starship
performance
Rockets, 11-9, 11-5.
takes them equal top of the table with the Tigers and sets up a most intriguing next couple of weeks as we head towards the finals in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League. But that was dominant, didn't mean anything really, but still a dominant performance, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think in terms for the Starship Rockets, given that it's already their tie, it was just best for them to get on, do their job, do the mahi, and then just get off and enjoy the treats of some good rest and relaxation. But let's hear from them now.
Thanks, Raina. Well done, guys. Played with a relaxed air there. I mean, you can go into that without any real pressure on. A little bit easier to play a match like that.
Yeah, a lot of pressure usually, but yeah, a lot more relaxed, and then we can play our game. Feels a lot easier.
And real momentum now for you guys. That sends you straight up to the top of the table alongside the Tigers. They've got to play tomorrow night, of course, but those 2 Golden Game losses now may be put in perspective. They were good points to win rather than the points you might have lost.
Yeah, I was thinking about it before. If we had lost those ties differently, it would have the whole table would have been quite different actually. So yeah, it was really good that we got those Golden Games. Yeah.
Well, coming into the night, I think you were second on the Crystal Ashley Designs MVP rankings. This is going to help. You are tonight's Crystal Ashley Designs MVP. Congratulations. And it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's important. I know you players will talk about it and think about it. The race for that award at the end of the season.
Yeah, we all love a good competition, so yeah, we're all trash talking each other and making sure we're playing our hardest.
Even within the team?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, she's got one on you tonight. Yeah. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Picking up a first win of the season, and Alyssa Dagley there, the Crystal Ashley Designs MVP. We'll bring Raina in for her thoughts looking back on this one. And the Starship Rockets now, they start to loom as genuine contenders, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think tonight was a really needed win for them, just to bring themselves back up. And I mean, yeah, it's considering that there was such a tight run for the MVP tonight on both their sides in terms of the Rockets. It was a good game for them, strong.
Yeah, I'm going to assume Dylan was right in the conversation, was he? Does he need to have a chat with you afterwards?
Oh, I'm going to come out and say, this is public announcement, I wasn't in charge.
Oh, absolutely abdicating the authority. But it really does set it up. This competition is so even, isn't it, right across the board? No one's out of it, are they?
Yeah, no, everyone is brilliant. And I think what we've seen from the first round to the second round, especially demonstrated by the Wales, is just how that 11-point format can just mean it can change. When it's the same teams, when it's different teams, when it's mixes, it can just be a different result every time.
Yeah, certainly can change very quickly. Raina, thanks for your time. We'll be together again tomorrow night, and we hope that you can join us for the next round. Same venue, same time on Sky Sport Next, when the Tigers, top of the table coming into the round. Can they stay on top of the table? They're up against the mighty Jazz Apples. That's tomorrow night in the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand League.